In this video, I'm going to show you what happens between the two choices you get when you find the root NPC in the Infested Abyss dungeon. So you're going to make your way to the Glittering Grotto, which is the very beginning of the DLC, the first area. So from the very beginning at the first checkpoint, we're going to run across the, the tree over here, just like this. You will see there is a door in front of you. We're going to proceed up the pathway on the left. So follow along here. It's a very short distance to where we're going. We're going to go ahead and make your way to this first rock thing that you climb up like this. Then we're going to continue along the tree as it goes towards the right. Follow the pathway up until the next rock climbing section like this. And you're going to jump. And then you're going to jump the second one again. And if you immediately turn to the right, you'll see right over there, just to the right of the big staircase, there is a pathway where you can climb and go up here. So if we follow along this pathway, you should see there is a waterfall in front of you, and this is where you are in the right location. What you have to do is, the secret is you run and you jump through here, and it reveals an area that you might not have seen or explored before, without taking the risk of jumping through the waterfall and hoping not to die. So run down to the bottom, and you should see there is a dungeon over here, and you can go ahead inside. And inside this dungeon, there is a few things that you need to be aware of, like, these gas clouds that damage you over time, and there's these roots that you need to destroy to progress through the dungeon. Eventually, you'll make your way to a checkpoint called the Infested Abyss, and this is where you're going to drop down like this into, basically a very scary place. This is the very first time you'll make your way to this like death cloud stuff. You're going to want to progress this area as you find these things over here, the root nexuses, and you're going to have to defeat them to progress into the next area. As you defeat the first one, you can go ahead and progress further into the cave. Progress until you find the next root nexus and go ahead and defeat it, but make sure not to stay in the death area for too long. Progress through it and you should find the third and final one after that. Keep following the path until you get to the third and final root nexus and go ahead and destroy it. Once you go ahead and defeat the final one, you can go ahead and make your way through. Now, as you progress further on, you can see there is a checkpoint over here, and up the stairs just beyond the checkpoint, you'll see this will lead you here. You should see there's an NPC who is up against the tree, like stuck in it like this, and you can go ahead and you can speak with them. Eventually in his conversation, you will have two options. You'll either say, I like power, I'll submit to the root, and you'll, give in. And he will give you an item that is really good for summoners. This is the one I'm going to be doing because I play the summoner class. I like the summonings. So I'll show you that item. But if you don't submit, you actually go into a boss fight and you fight him instead. And this will get you an item that has the nearsighted effect, which increases your range damage of the weapon by 10% to enemies within 7 meters from you. And its rank 10 effect is increased ranged critical chance of this weapon by 10% for enemies within 7 meters. So if enemies are close to you, you're going to do crazy damage with weapons. So it's not a bad, item to have. And if you're not a summoner, that is 100% what you want to do. You want to go ahead and fight him. But if you are a summoner, it's probably best to submit to the power. Here you can see I got the Profane Soul Amulet. This amulet increases the summon's damage by 30%, summon movement speed by 15%, and reduces the total damage reduction by 10% per active summon for you. So you take 10% less damage. This is a great summoner amulet to wear. So if you use summons, I highly recommend using this option first. You can, of course, encounter this NPC again in the future and fight him so that you can go ahead and get the alternate item. Unfortunately, you can't just be like, yo, you just let me fight you and get the other one right now. So that's what happens between the choice options you have with the root NPC. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.